I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host Dr. Jean Dorio, who probably is visiting patients at home right now. Anyway, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our first guest this morning is Kevin MacDonald, CEO of the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center. And Kevin, we've got to stop seeing each other like this.
I know.
I mean, how many hours have we spent together already?
That's because of your
2?
volunteer activities, Barbara. We appreciate them.
No, we were at a celebrity waiter dinner meeting this morning, and tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. For those who don't know, Celebrity Waiter is a signature event for the SEV Senior Center for fundraising. And people have often asked to describe what is Celebrity Waiter dinner. And it's a little bit of masquerade-ish. We pick a theme each year, and the tables come dressed up as what theme they want. This year, it's called a Night of Royals, because it's the first time we're having the event at the new Senior Center at the location called Bella Vita. So we're inviting the community to come together. We have 30 tables and 10 people at a table, and you could sponsor a table. A company can come in. Their staff or their volunteers get dressed up. They come and join us for a night of fundraising and goodwill. And celebrity waiters are people in the community who come around and wait your table for you.
That's right. And they come dressed at the theme of the table.
Right.
Which is very, very nice.
It is.
And I just bought a table, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to call it.
Okay.
But I have a couple of Brits who are working on it with me, so we'll come up with something.
Okay. And we have several other great people in the community who are getting their tables together and trying to figure out that theme. A Night of Royals can span the spectrum from the Old English to the New English to the Scottish to the French to whatever is out there. To something a little off key, and just take the word kings or a Night of Royals and take it from there.
Night of Royals, especially when there's been so much going on with the British royals. Good heavens. But it's all fun. And tell us what this benefits.
Sure. All the money raised that night goes to support the senior services that we provide. And we're providing over 19 different services and supports. And we rarely ever charge a fee for anything.
Yes,
as you know, we're a private nonprofit organization for over 43 years. And most nonprofits need a signature event to keep them going, to raise the money, really to close the gap. So we continue to offer services without asking seniors for any funding whatsoever. And that's how we continue.
That's something my husband was very, very thoroughly involved with. He was one of the originators, one of the founders of the Senior Center many years ago. And he always had a love for what the Senior Center did and what it still does.
And what your husband started way back then still continues today. We haven't veered from our mission, Barbara. I think that's an important part 43 years later, saying, are they still doing the same thing? We're doing many more activities, many more supports, the beautiful new Bella Vita building and everything else. But that mission remains the same. What can we do to enhance the quality of life for a senior? And we ask ourselves that every day, and every one of our 95 staff and 250 volunteers say that on a daily basis, how can I give seniors a better quality of life? And that's a mission for every program and every service.
That's exactly true. And Dr. Dorio, welcome.
Welcome.
Yes,
Happy
it's
New
good
Year,
to see
Barb.
you again. And
Yes.
Dr. Dorio is a geriatric doctor, so he is treating seniors all the time.
And treating seniors in their
Homes. That's
where they belong.
That is what is so critical.
Not in nursing homes, but in their home.
And I wish more doctors would do that.
Well, how about just having the attitude that aging in place is so important?
Yes. And that's so critical. It really is.
Well, we're changing that certainly at Bella Vita, aren't we?
We certainly are.
That's the best part of it. When people go over there, they see not wheelchairs and walkers, but they see people dancing in the aisles, having fun learning, participating and advocating for themselves. So that's, what needs to be done, and we're doing it here in Santa Clarita at the Senior Center.
Yes, we're very, very fortunate. So, and like I said, the Celebrity Waiter event is coming up on February 29th.
Yes.
At Bella Vita, at our home place. So February 29th, we're excited about that. You can call the Senior Center anytime to get tickets or to order a table for your event, but we're selling out quick. So if your company wants to come and join us, and it's just a fun night out with your staff for a wonderful cause. A wonderful dinner will be served, wonderful dessert. The open bar will be there. We're going to have everything, and we're going to have a lot of fun that night with Celebrity Waiter, a night of royals.
A night of royals. Can you believe that?
And it's February 29th, leap year day, and it's a leap year for the Senior Center as we move forward.
Absolutely, especially at Bella Vita. And I urge all of the seniors who are listening to please go to Bella Vita. It is absolutely beautiful, and you feel so comfortable there because there are people there to greet you and welcome you in to the lunches and to the activities, which you may want to talk about some of those activities.
Sure. You know, when
Evan?
you walk in the door, and just as I was coming over today, someone was walking the door, and I knew it was their first time because they're looking up at the grandeur of the place. And they're nervous coming in the first time, but we have a nice reception desk and a nice concierge to welcome them. But then what do you do at Bella Vita is a wonderful question. And if you take a right, you can join us for lunch any day from 11:30 to 1. If you're 60 and over, you fill out a form once a year, and you're in to join us for a wonderful lunch. And there's usually music every day from a piano to Wednesdays we usually have bands. So lots of entertainment. You can join any of our 30 tables that are out there to really have a nice luncheon. That's one option. The other option is looking at our list as you walk in are all the classes that are happening every single day from 8 to 5. There's something going on every hour, and it may be anything from ping pong to card playing to lectures and classes on different things. The driver's ed class was in yesterday. Last week we had one of the producers from the Tonight Show was in, and he gave us the history of what was going on with the Tonight Show and Jay Leno, and very complimentary. Dave Berg, and he was wonderful. So there's aerobics, chair aerobics. There's so many different options and different levels because we also believe we have to be flexible to people.
Oh, absolutely.
So you could have the aerobics on one hand. You walk across the hall, and you can take an art class. Everything from simple art classes, 4 different art classes right now, and they're being filled up. So if you're a painter or you're a drawer, whatever your shtick is, there's an opportunity for you to look down the list and say, okay, that's happening on Thursdays or Tuesdays, and when's the best day that fits into your schedule? So our goal is lots of flexibility and lots of alternatives.
You know, also there's a very nice library.
Yes, there is, which
Really?
is expanding.
Yes, yes.
And you can take a book. You don't have to check it out. If you like the book, you can take it, read it, bring it on back.
Absolutely.
It's a very carefree, it's a very open Bella Vita. For
Well,
different
also
things.
in that library, we have tables of seniors playing cards.
Yes. They're playing
And,
cards,
yeah,
they're playing chess,
oh,
and they have the
yes.
library at their disposal. So
Yes.
it's turned into a wonderful room.
It really has.
And we're glad people are taking advantage of it. And it lacks structure, Barbara, on purpose, because we want people to come in and just grab a
Feel
deck of cards and go.
comfortable.
Yes, it is not.
Absolutely.
You have to be a great bridge player to be in there. The other day I was kidding someone. I'll sit down and play war with you because that's the simplest of games. But sometimes we haven't been brought up with card playing, and it's a new hobby, and it really takes up a lot of wonderful time. And you all know the saying, a book is your best friend sometimes. And
Oh, yes, it is my best friend. I tell you, I love that library. I still have a stack of books to bring back, and I'm going to get
Right.
more to read. It's great. It really is. And you have a variety of books, all kinds. And I love mysteries.
Okay.
So that's what I usually go to.
So, yes, the
Yeah.
library is open to everyone. You have the activities during the day. You have the lunch as well. And then you also have, our fastest growing program is supports and services for seniors. Everything. If you need a support group, we have a support group for you. If you just want someone to talk to, we have what we call care managers on staff ready to sit down and talk to you. If you need your blood pressure checked, we have blood pressure checks every so often. So there's a whole array of services. So if you're saying, I need something, stop by. We might not have the answer on site, but we can definitely put you in the right direction.
That's very true because I have a very dear friend who is a member of Zonta, and she is not doing well. She's very far into dementia, and her children aren't able to help her. and Suzanne was called at the senior center, and they're providing assistance for her.
Yes.
And it's wonderful, and they're doing what they're put there for.
And you're right.
Clarita.
And Suzanne's our chief program officer. She's been with
Yes.
us over 30 years.
Oh,
and you're
yes.
right. She has that giving attitude, which I'm so blessed to have the staff that all have this, of saying, what can we do for you? How can we help you out?
Yes.
And Suzanne we're bringing up such a strong team of social workers in the organization. The future looks really, really bright for senior services because we have that team behind Suzanne, and they're
Yeah.
making waves, and they're helping one individual at a time, whether it's in the home or at the center. They're trying to break down barriers to assist them. And there's nothing more satisfying to the organization because, like you said at the beginning, it keeps with that mission, and that mission is well and strong.
That's right.
And that complements the activities and the nutrition programs that are going on. And
Yeah.
it's a nice compliment.
Well, it's definitely it's going to help my girlfriend Gloria. She's 95, and she has severe dementia, and she needs assistance. And that's what Suzanne was called, and she's putting all of this in place to help take care of her.
Right. And it's, we used to call it wraparound supports. And it's like you have the individual and what do they need wrapped around? And then also comes into play with our Meals on Wheels, our home delivered meals program.
That's all starting
which has
up, too.
expanded, and
Yes.
she's probably getting those services. Last year we were doing about 240 residents in Santa Clarita. This year we're up to 320 every day, which is great because the word's getting out. So if you have a neighbor or friend, if they are homebound and they can technically be labeled homebound, we're going to get them a meal, a hot meal, a good meal, the same meal we serve at Bella Vita.
That's right.
5 days a week. And they also get someone with a big smile and a big hello at their door with our fantastic
I
team
know,
of
because
volunteers.
I have been on that home delivered meals team, and it's so rewarding because the seniors are expecting the food, and they're right at the window waiting for you with a big smile on their face.
But we
And you
need to
take
continue to
that-
get that word out because you're right. They get that, and we have to let everyone in the audience, the listening people know. If you know someone, give a call to the senior center, and we can see if we can get them a meal.
And the senior center telephone number is
661-259-9444.
It's been that number for absolutely years. I've dialed it so many times. It's just automatic.
Right.
But we also provide services to other areas of around us, and I think that one of the things that you've taken up, Kevin, as a tribute to you and the services that are offered here in Santa Clarita, you have extended out the boundaries of our community to other communities to help others as well. For instance, in the Antelope Valley area, and I think that's just wonderful that we're not just staying here for us, we're staying here for everybody around us.
Yeah, and we don't consider borders. We, if they need assistance and they're a senior, we're going to try to help them.
Absolutely.
Santa Clarita Valley, Antelope Valley, anywhere in between. Unincorporated, incorporated, it really doesn't matter to us. Some of our services are restricted, but very few of them. But it's like, if you need help, give us a call, and we'll try to reach out to you.
In addition, we should mention also caregivers. For your friend, though, Barbara,
Yes.
People recognize, the caregivers around her recognize that there was a problem. And, we at the senior center are able to go out and when you have a problem, if somebody's having problems at home, it's not always that individual who's going to make the phone call. It's going to be the people around them, their children, their spouse, others around them that are helping out.
We have a program, accounting program we do, and it's called Family Caregiver Support Program. What a great name. Supports to the family caregiver. And they are the unsung heroes.
Absolutely.
And we need to take care of them.
So not an easy task for all of us, but as the senior population continues to grow, it's going to grow here in Santa Clarita. And certainly if we're not diligent in what we're trying to do and advocate for our seniors, a lot will be lost. But that as everything grows here in Santa Clarita, going from here in Newhall to the new senior center, we've stockpiled this information that you have taken and then raise each of the elements up that then help with all the areas that are out there. So yeah, the county is doing their thing, but I think we are a model out here, and what you have developed, Kevin, is being able to grow the importance of allowing and making sure that caregivers and those seniors who are living here have the knowledge that they're not going to be let down. There is going to be a place for them to go, and there is going to be help for them if they need it. But I'll tell you, Kevin, without your input in doing that, a lot of this would not have happened. So we thank you for that, because I think it's important that recognition is there. You have stepped into the role that needed to be taken care of, and with the growing part, the actual building part of the senior center that has taken place, we now are able to be in a position where we'll extend the tentacles out to the Antelope Valley, to other areas with no boundaries, to be able to help people.
And like you said, but we do that with the support. If we don't have the volunteers, you and Barbara both are active volunteers with our center and our services, and that's a critical part of it. When you have this community coming together saying, we'll volunteer, we'll serve, what do you need? And when you have that happening in a community, it's really special, because you're able to do those things. And then we're able to find out more information, because people come to us willingly saying, I know someone with an issue. Well, if our tentacles are out there because of our volunteer network and our staff network, then all the better for that senior.
Yeah. There's no doubt, though, that Celebrity Waiter and the need to continue raising funds for a nonprofit organization that's so instrumental in taking care of a large group of people in Santa Clarita is so important, and we have to continue doing that. So, yeah, it sounds outrageous and outlandish that, money still needs to be found, but we have to do that, and your role in helping to do that, and Celebrity Waiter, our community and the listeners have to know they have to participate, help out, volunteer, and make sure that all of this continues moving forward.
Sure. We have a funding gap. We're far from fully funded. Each year, our operational funding gap is very, very large, and it's our job as a nonprofit to raise those funds. And we're grateful for the support from the county and the city, but there's a gap there, and game on for us as a nonprofit to say, reach out to the community. We did it over Christmas time. We'll do it at Celebrity Waiter. We'll do it throughout the year, saying, please help us keep all these services going.
That's right, because sooner or later, you're going to become a senior. You really are.
You hope it's later, but most of the time it could be sooner.
Well, that's true. It seems to me my being a senior really crept up on me. What? I'm a senior? But it's great being a senior. And I intend to live a lot longer and take advantage and volunteer for Bella Vita.
There you go.
It's a beautiful place, and I urge all seniors to go there. Now, is there a ride available?
Yes.
For seniors.
Call our staff. They'll set you up with the rides. The city has great transportation for us, as well as other options.
That's right, because I had to follow one of the big buses up in there, full of
seniors.
Exhaust and full of seniors. You're right, because there must have been 25 seniors who got off that bus and went into Bella Vita.
And the exhaust was not coming from our seniors.
No, it wasn't. It was the bus.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming by.
No, thank you for all you do for us.
Yes. And we will continue to do it. And you will also, because you're going to be there for a long time, young man. You realize that, don't you?
I do. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin MacDonald, CEO of the SCV Senior Center. Terrific. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS.
The best live theater can be found right here in the Santa Clarita Valley. The Canyon Theater Guild has been entertaining audiences for decades with top quality musicals and plays. Located on Main Street in Old Town Newhall, CTG also offers workshops for the young actor in your family. For more information, call the box office at 799-2702 or go online to canyontheater.org.
Fruit arranged like flowers? What a delicious idea! Edible Arrangements specializes in creating a variety of fresh fruit arrangements overflowing with fresh, hand-designed fruit and filled with strawberries, pineapple, grapes, cantaloupe, honeydew, and seasonal favorites. Made to order in a size you select and ready to eat and enjoy. You can even add chocolate to any arrangement. Edible Arrangements is always fresh, always appropriate, and always appreciated. Order yours today, 253-0052 or ediblearrangements.com. Edible Arrangements is on Soledad near Bouquet Canyon.
We all know sometimes people lose their way. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, the Way Out Recovery SCV may have the answers you've been waiting for. The Way Out is the premier intensive outpatient treatment center serving Santa Clarita. Asking for help is the first step. Call the Way Out today, 661-296-4444. That's 296-4444 for a private free assessment. The Way Out is an accredited, affordable outpatient program that accepts most insurance. Call us at 661-296-4444 or check us out online at thewayoutrrecoveryscv.com. Quit battling with yourself. Ask The Way Out for help today.
What if you could wake up without the burden of owing over $10,000 in taxes to the IRS or state? Call the trusted name in tax resolution, Anthem Tax Services, 866-630-2694. With over 30 years of experience in tax preparation and tax law, we are ready to negotiate your tax debt and reach a settlement that makes sense for you.
Anthem saved me nearly $17,000 and settled my debt with the IRS for just $100.
Call 866-630-2694. We are the only company that is confident enough in our services to offer a 100% money-back guarantee if we can't put you in a better position than where you started. All you need to do is call for a free consultation. 866-630-2694. You may even qualify to save up to 99% off your tax debt. Call Anthem today and we'll also take care of your tax case study for free, saving you hundreds of dollars. 866-630-2694. 866-630-2694.
Comfort Keepers provides your loved one with loving in-home care.
Myles McNamara, certified senior advisor and owner of Comfort Keepers in-home care.
Our caregivers can help you in your own home, enhancing independence, creating safety and comfort. Our Comfort Keepers provide companionship, meal preparation, medication reminders, assistance with personal care, and even transportation to doctor's appointments. If someone you love can use a helping hand at home, visit comfortkeepers.com.
Or call 287-4200.
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Dr. Gene Dory.
There we are, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And our guest this morning now is none other than Myles McNamara, one of the sponsors of our Senior Hour, Comfort Keepers in Home Care.
Yes, ma'am.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you guys.
Happy
as
New
always.
Year, Myles.
Yes. Happy
Welcome,
New Year.
welcome.
When do you stop saying that, by the way? Is it
I don't
like,
know, but since we hadn't seen you, I thought.
I know,
yeah,
but I know it's still.
appropriate,
I think it's still in the realm of acceptability.
Probably
but
around the
I
leap year
think-
day, I would say.
I
That's a
I
leap
think
to the next.
into January, I think.
I think that's
Would be
right.
okay?
Anytime in January, because I've had people say it in February before. I'm like, move on.
No,
Yeah.
January, I think, the end of January is the cutoff point, I would think.
But, productive New Year, Happy New Year.
Because it is
whatever
a new year. January does begin the new year.
I think January is a good grace period. After January 31st,
No.
then it's Happy Valentine's Day.
There you go. Exactly. And what are we going to talk about today, sir?
Oh, well, let's be creative. Let's talk home care.
Really? Really?
And the difference between home health care versus
I always like to open
home
up
care.
with sort of that broad stroke of and I'm sure our regular listeners are going to roll their eyes and say, here we go again. But for anyone who is listening new to the show, there's a lot of confusion out there. There's a lot of people who don't know what they don't know. I couldn't tell you how many times I've ran into family and friends, and not family, but friends and others who, once they see what we do, they're like, I wish I knew you were around when mom was still alive, or dad, or what have you, because they misinterpret that we're nurses, because that's home health. That's where the doctor prescribes, and they go in, they do wound care, they do whatever. Home care is basically a helping hand by non-medical comfort keeper caregivers that allow seniors to stay in their own home when they need a little bit of a helping hand, or maybe supervision because of cognitive issues, Alzheimer's, dementia, what have you. It's hard to get people's head around it, because they interpret what we do as we are nurses, so they'll call us when there's an issue, like they've broken a hip or they've hit it, whatever. And we always try to say, be proactive. Don't let mom, mismanage her meds. Don't let mom slip and hit her head. Don't let mom break a hip. Don't let dad wander out into the street. So I always try to say we're the adult kids on steroids, because
There you go.
anything that doesn't take a medical license to do, our comfort keepers can do. Just like our adult kids who are in that sandwich generation of taking care of their own family, then running over and taking care of mom or dad to make sure they've eaten well, taken their meds, maybe got a shower, stocked the refrigerator, what have you. And that's what the comfort keepers do. They help with ambulation if there's a walker involved, or there's a fall risk. Mismanaging meds is one of the highest reasons that seniors go into the hospital. So we can't prescribe, obviously, we can't designate dosage, but if you put it in a med tray and we have the schedule, we can make sure that the medications are taken at the time they're supposed to be taken.
Yes, and that's critical.
Absolutely. And personal hygiene starts to slip sometimes with our seniors, so we can help them in and out of the shower. Take them to doctor's appointments. That's huge. I mean, this doc is that, up there in the top 3, as far as slip and falls for our seniors, mismanagement of meds. And then what bounces them back a lot of times is they don't get to their follow-up doctor's appointments after they've either been discharged or, maybe given meds at a diagnosis of an office visit, and they don't get to their return doctor's appointment. So, transportation is actually a huge part of what we do. We can get our seniors to doctor's appointments, or take them to the senior center, like Kevin was just talking about, over at Bella Vita, getting them out of the house, because I try to steer people away from, don't need you yet. Well, let's talk about that. Let's see what and what's the biggest undersold thing that we do is companionship. I mean, if
That's very true.
One of the biggest issues with our seniors, especially if they've lost a spouse of 40, 50 years, is loneliness. They're depressed. They isolate themselves in the home. So, our comfort keepers are really involved in getting them re-engaged in society, maybe getting them out of the house and taking them to a place like the senior center, or to an ice cream, or whatever but what were they doing before the event that puts them in this depressed state? And usually it's losing a spouse of multiple decades. So get them re-engaged, get them back to doing, maybe they played bridge with friends, maybe they did go out and about, but now they're just, they're depressed. So it's on the list of things we do, but and again, this is very human nature. Well, first of all, the seniors a lot of times I've never met a senior who needs help, because they're a very proud generation, so they're always a little resistant to care. But there's a way to approach that. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show. But when they're doing the cost analysis, so to speak, they so much undersell companionship, because they feel it's like no, you've got to be up doing things. You got to be, you're not doing anything, then we don't need you. Well, don't undersell companionship. Even if it's just sitting talking, playing Yahtzee, which was big in that generation, or playing cards, or keeping them mentally stimulated or physically up and about, and, keeping them engaged. Companionship is so huge, because depression and isolation is so prevalent among our seniors.
One of the things that was so important to me was personal hygiene.
Right.
And like I've said before, for my birthday a few years ago, Russ bought me a walk-in tub. that was an absolute lifesaver for him.
Absolutely.
It really was. And with the caregivers, they were able to get him in there safely, help him bathe, get him out, dry him off. And it was simple rather than having him walk into a
gosh.
shower, which is so
Da-
devastatingly dangerous.
Right. Well, that's
because
one-
you've got shower doors.
Right, and that's one of the top, if not the top, locations in the house where our seniors have their slip and falls.
That's
is the
exactly
bathroom.
right. I mean, even I had put bars in the shower, which I use now when I get in the shower.
Yeah.
Most of the time I'm in my walk-in tub because you can, fill it up, turn the things on and just, you're in heaven,
Right.
But the personal hygiene was what was really big for me.
Well,
when
you know,
the
And
caregivers
personally
came
for
in.
the individual themselves. I mean,
Yes.
think about it. You can't wash your hair. You can't bathe. I mean,
Yes.
you know there's going to be a result to that. So, it takes away your dignity when you can't do those things.
You know, it's
Right,
interesting because
absolutely does.
I don't think it affects. I think it's an industry thing, so that's why we're experiencing it. But others, because what I kind of gave some insight to last month when I was here, and the month before that for Thanksgiving, is talking to our adult kids who may be traveling out of town to see their parents for the first time, maybe in a year or so, is to pay attention and do some.
That's right.
And so January is usually a very busy month for us because on the slop side of that, we had kids coming to Santa Clarita to see the parents living here, and the same thing. I wasn't able to give them the advice because I don't think our signal reaches that far. But January is always a hopping month because.
They
They've come
recognize
and
it.
they've seen their family for the first time in a year. They came to town for Thanksgiving, or maybe they came to town for Christmas, and they're like, hello, we need to get you some help if you're going to stay here, and so yeah, it's as adult kids, we have to pay attention, and it's that helping hand that is confused with home health, and even doctors. I know you don't, Doc, but a lot of the doctors still don't have their head around
They
the
have no
difference
concept.
between home care and home health. They and because it is out of pocket, unfortunately, Medicare and Medi-Cal and private insurance haven't seen the wisdom yet, and haven't done the bean counting to realize the cost effectiveness of proactive home care that's going to save you money down the road from broken hips or other traumas from falling or mismanaging meds. So at some point, I think it will be covered and won't be so unaffordable for a lot of our seniors, because that's what really, I don't want to say that term on air. That's really what's unfortunate about the home care industry, is because it is out of pocket. So some of our seniors that really could use the help can't afford the help, because it's costly. I mean, and
Medicare, they're looking at models right now, and this, Myles. They're looking at models right now, and we have to be able to recognize the problems that occur, but then how we enhance a person's life to be able to stay in their homes, and how much less it costs if those individuals stay in their homes and don't end up in the hospital. So we can save a lot. And now that they're trying to Medicare and Medi-Cal are trying to model this, I think there are going to be some changes out there. I just hope it's not like molasses. I think that we have to, in the next year or two, start doing some of these things and sustaining them, and using some of the models here, possibly in Santa Clarita.
Well, and also, I know we talked about it beforehand, but now we're past January 1st, as I've mentioned on the show before, and we're into it, is in 2020, Medicare Advantage plans were actually going to start covering some home care. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the commercial on TV with Joe Namath, Hall of Famer.
Oh, yes.
He's talking about things he can get with his Advantage plan now, and exactly, covers what we do. But I'm not seeing much movement in that area. I think
They're gathering the data.
Yeah, I think they're still very shy. I know Kaiser's sort of leading we have contracts with Kaiser where, they will give us some discharge to home hours that they'll pay for, because they want to prevent those readmits. There's always a cost side to it. But I'm really surprised that, and to our listeners, if you do have a Medicare Advantage plan like a Kaiser, a Facey, a United Healthcare, Scan, name them. call your rep and ask them if private duty home care is now a benefit, because you may have to ask for it. It may not come on automatically, but it might be one of those a la carte plans where, it's there, but you didn't know about it. So call your Advantage plan and say, are you now covering private duty home care?
And the most important thing, Myles, is, as we mentioned earlier in the show, it's not so much that the individual will call, it's going to be their caregiver or the person who came to Thanksgiving and saw that they were having trouble. It's going to be those people who say, gee, Mom, Dad, they need more help, and we're going to be able to get that help maybe, but they're the ones who usually have to make that phone call. So when you're seeing your loved ones whose hygiene maybe not be as good, they're not vacuuming, they're not making their bed, they're not doing their laundry, they're not doing their grocery shopping, the refrigerator is bare, their pets are starving. Things like that are something that should be recognized to be able to say, this is what we now have to have help with. And those are things that Medicare won't cover, but sometimes these Advantage plans do that. So you have to ask about that. And typically those people who are listening are the caregivers of individuals, and they're the ones that have to take that step forward to see if they can get that help in their loved one's home.
Right, and there's a large percentage of our senior spouses that have become the caregiver.
Exactly.
So yeah, you're right. The adult kids are probably leading the pack, but a close second would be that spouse. Sort of the situation you were in, Barb. It's so now they're going to hear about this, and they need some respite. They need some help. They themselves are running out of gas, so to speak, and they can't provide the kind of care that's needed. So they can call their plan as well if they have an Advantage plan and ask about it, because I don't know if they're hiding it in the shadows, so you have to call and ask for it to activate it. I should probably actually myself do a little bit more research, as though it's me looking for the care. But I know that Medicare is actually given a code number to private duty home care now. So I mean, if we're called upon for one of these Advantage plans, that we have an actual billing code that we have been given. So I know it exists. It may be a benefit that you have to add and give something else. I'm not sure how it works exactly, but at some point I think all full-fledged Medicare and everybody will cover home care, because it's just too not smart not to.
Yeah.
Well, I think, like we said, I think Medicare is considering it.
Well,
they are working.
It's a beta in a sense,
it's out there
because they've given the Advantage plans the green light.
Okay,
so
but I have Anthem Blue Cross.
Which
that's
is
not an Advantage.
That's not
plan.
Medicare, right?
And we got to see.
No, I have Medicare and Anthem Blue Cross.
But what they'll do is Medicare. It's good sometimes what they do, because they experiment in different arenas with how they're spending money and how they're caring for their patients. But they gather the data to then see, is it worth it or not? Yeah. And so right now they're in a gathering phase, and we just have to see. And typically it'll last for about a year. So once they go a year and put the data together, and I think it's probably getting close, they'll either expand it, retract it, or keep it going the way it is to see if they need more data or not.
And that's why Kaiser's leading the pack, because they are data driven, and that's why we have a relationship with Kaiser. They've actually chosen Comfort Keepers as their preferred provider of home care, which is nice. But they've done the data, and they've seen, not only does it help the seniors, but it also helps their bottom line, because these Medicare and Medicare Advantage plans, they get dinged if someone's readmitted to the hospital within 30 days after they've been discharged. Well, that's why now they're paying for what they call discharge to home hours, because they know that the reason our seniors bounce back to the hospital is because they're not taking their meds on time, they're not getting back to their follow-up appointments, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Barbara, you'd mentioned, is it the HMO version of Anthem Blue Cross, or do you have the Advantage plan?
PPO.
Okay, PPO. Now, are you using that as gap insurance, or are you using the Medicare as your gap insurance to the Anthem?
Now, what does gap mean?
Well, straight up Medicare
is my major.
Right, and they only
Medicare.
it's 80/20.
You have a supplement.
And then the supplement is Anthem Blue Cross,
which is the supplement, gap insurance, that sort of synonym, being that Medicare pays 80%, so instead of you paying the 20%, you pay a lower monthly premium to have that supplement that will take care of the 20%.
That's right.
Right, okay.
Plus, I also have long-term care insurance.
Right.
Which, when Russ needed it, it paid a third of the entire monthly bill.
Right.
And paying a third of it was quite a bit.
Absolutely.
It really was. And I'm so fortunate that Russ made so many investments, because he always said, I just want to make sure you're taken care of.
Right.
And he balked when I said I was going to buy long-term care insurance. No, we don't need that.
Well, that's why it's important to have that roadmap and that journey planned out, because that one of the things that folks forget to think about when we're all young and spunky is long-term care, and
That's
how is
right.
that going to look down the road? What are your golden years going to look like when you start to need a helping hand? Some folks want to go to assisted living. Some folks want to go to board and care, which is rarer, but most people want to stay in their own home. So there's
exactly
a cost
right.
factor to that. So what's your answer? Are you wealthy enough with investments and such that you can do that? Do you need to possibly look at long-term care insurance like right now when you're in your 50s and 60s the premium is in a sweet spot, so it'll pay off down the road? What is your avenue of providing your long-term care? Because we all, get insurance for our car because we may have an accident. We get insurance for our house because we may have a fire.
That's right.
We don't get insurance for ourselves, and it's 100% guaranteed that at some point in our life we're going to need help. So it's something that folks don't think about. We insure everything else in our life, but we don't insure ourselves and our own long-term care. So you need to look down the road, and what does that look like for you and your family, and how financially are you going to prepare for it?
Well, it certainly helped us when Russ needed it.
Absolutely.
It really did. I mean, only a third, but a third of $100 is a third of $100.
Right.
$33.
And like anything else, there are terrible policies out there, and there are some great policies out there. I've got clients who have some horrible policies that really underestimated what their needs were, and I have other clients that have policies that far and above almost exceed what they need.
Yes,
so
exactly.
it's going to be obviously a little bit, people think they're going to save on the premium, but it costs them when it comes time to trigger the policy. So again, talk to an advisor, talk to a professional, a long-term care expert, see if that's your right path.
Yes, I totally agree. And I think we need to take a break, don't we? Oh, eagle eye over there. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS.
Choosing the right copy service was a top priority for John Hayes, owner of Hayes Plumbing in Santa Clarita. John's glad he called Sean Milligan at Professional Copy Service.
Well, once we found Sean at Professional Copy Service, we've been very, very happy. We started using him right after our factory warranty had expired on the current copier that we had purchased, and Sean and his guys have been far and above better than the factory warranty service.
Professional Copy Service, 299-5756. 299-5756. The only authorized Canon dealer for sales and service in Santa Clarita for Santa Clarita, Professional Copy Service.
We try to keep everything we can in this valley. We shop local ourselves, and we try to use any local merchant as possibly can.
Call Sean Milligan at Professional Copy Service, 299-5756.
Call Professional Copy Service immediately. They'll save you a lot of time and get your office staff back up to full production.
Professional Copy Service, Santa Clarita's only authorized Canon office equipment dealership. Ask about our free on-site demos.
If you're tired of your nail polish chipping a day or two after an expensive manicure, then you'll love the gel nail polish manicure now offered by Ann. Ann is a licensed manicurist serving the Santa Clarita Valley in Canyon Country for over 15 years. And now she's offering the gel manicure that lasts without chipping for up to 2 weeks. Log on to hometownstation.com for details on how to get an amazing deal on gel nails by Ann on Restaurant Row, or call Ann at 250-8340.
Today for lunch, why not try the Sandwich Shop? Located on Avenue Stanford in Valencia, the Sandwich Shop offers dozens of hot or cold, affordable, premium deli sandwiches. Gourmet soups and salads are also available. Regulars indulge in the Dutch Crunch Roll on the twice-baked baguettes, which is a customer favorite. Top it off with owner Charlie Chong's Chunky Chocolate Chip Cookie. Breakfast and catering is also available. The Sandwich Shop, since 1983, located on Avenue Stanford right off Rye Canyon. ValenciaSandwichShop.com to place your order.
If you find yourself in an issue with the IRS and they're threatening you, or you can't sleep at night, remember this name, Anthem Tax Services. Within 2 months, they saved me $25,000.
If you are a small business owner or self-employed and owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call Anthem Tax Services today. 866-630-2694. We have saved millions of dollars in tax debt, and our goal is to reduce your tax debt to as little as possible. Call 866-630-2694. We are confident enough in our services to offer a 100% money-back guarantee if we can't put you in a better position than where you started. Call for a free consultation, and we'll also take care of your tax case study for free, saving you hundreds of dollars. Call 866-630-2694. Anthem Tax Services, the trusted name in tax resolution. 866-630-2694. 866-630-2694.
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And we're speaking with Myles McNamara of Comfort Keepers in Home Care, one of our sponsors. Woo-hoo. And yes, and we want to be talking about a Out of the Darkness walk.
Yeah, it's sort of a save the date. It's a few months out, but I want to talk about it so you can calendar it. But the largest part I want to mention this is there's sponsorships available to get out in front of this with your company as a supporter. I'm proud to say that Comfort Keepers in Home Care is the presenting sponsor again this year. This is the second year we're having it out here. They have Out of the Darkness walks all throughout the country, and it's for mental health awareness and suicide prevention. And Donnell DeRubez, who is chairing it for the second of 2 times, is the chair, and amazing young lady who is a volunteer for the AFSB, which is American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, and she devotes a lot of her time to this. So, but they're looking for sponsors, and it's in April. It's on Saturday, April 25th, 2020, of course. The location will be at College of the Canyons here in Valencia, and registration and check-in is 8 a.m. and then the walk begins at 9, and walk-ins, and we're out of there by noon. But if you're interested in a sponsorship and getting your company or just your personal, a lot of folks have personal attachments to this type of, a suicide, a family lost to suicide, or mental health awareness, is to go to AFSP, which again stands for American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, afsp.org/Santa Clarita. And that will take you to the website for our Out of the Darkness walk here in Santa Clarita on April 25th. You can start a team. You can make donations. You can contact Donnell directly if you're interested in a sponsorship. I've gotten permission to give her contact number. It's 661-313-1793. Again, it's 661-313-1793, or drop me a call or an email, and I can put you in touch with Donnell at Myles with a Y at comfortkeepers.com. But sponsorships are available. She exceeded her goals last year. She crushed it. So of course she had to raise that bar this year, and so we're planning on crushing it again. But it's similar to the website when you wanted to be involved in the Alzheimer's walk. It's the same type thing. You can go on the website at afsp.org/Santa Clarita. You can start a team. You can personally donate, and you can probably reach out via the website. But I would reach out to Donnell, and again, contact me if you need her contact info again to say you want to be a sponsor. I grabbed the presenting sponsorship because I've really become involved in this because, as you guys know, because you both are on the committee with me, Larry Schallert has a committee over at College of the Canyons that focuses on suicide awareness and prevention and mental health. And we actually did a film called Be the Difference that really talks about the signs we should look for if we have a loved one who's contemplating taking their own life, and what to do when you see that. That's where I met Donnell's on that committee. She was in the film that I narrated. And so, again, just put it on your calendar, April 25th. It's a Saturday, starting bright and early. You're out by noon, so you got the rest of the day. Would love to have your participation and sponsorship or personal donations, and contact Donnell and get involved, because we all know someone who is suffering with possible mental illness challenges, depression, having thoughts of suicide or taking their own life. But we need to pay attention, and we need to be the difference.
And
Now, you will be talking about this tomorrow at our meeting.
About what? Oh, I'm
About
sure.
Out of
Yeah.
Darkness
Oh, yeah.
Walk.
Donnell
Absolutely.
will probably be there talking
Okay.
about it again, because
Okay, good.
as the chair, she's almost posting daily on Facebook about it, and
Very good.
But because again, we don't want to wait till the last minute to get our sponsors, because you want to get your company out there involved. You'll be on the advertisements and on the banners and the blasts, and again, we have to take care of our sponsors, because you have to make money to donate money, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why we always try to highlight our sponsors, to let them know that these are companies that are involved in the community, supporting our community. So my tagline is, because I try to donate as much as I can, is support the companies that support the community.
Very good.
Absolutely.
And Myles, people need to get a hold of you and Comfort Keepers.
Yeah,
at Home
I'm
Care.
right here on Lyons Avenue for the last 19 years, 661-287-4200, or shoot me an email at miles@comfortkeepers.com.
Great having you on the show again, Myles.
Thanks,
Always
guys.
super to have you so involved in the community. We appreciate it. We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care and Advanced Audiology. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.
Absolutely.